You're stupid. You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass fucking kid, Tony Fonte. Those are 3 words that I heard often growing up. And as I was doing some work, some releasing to find freedom, to realign with my true identity so that I can connect deeper with my daughter and with others, those 3 words came up. So where did those words come from? Who used those words? Before we get into that, I just want to welcome you to the Model Dad Revolution and the Tony Freakin Fonte Show. Now let's get serious. You're a dumbass. You're stupid. You're a dumbass fucking kid, Tony Fonte. Those words came from my dad growing up oftentimes. And as I was doing this work to releasing, and I was focusing on lack and scarcity, those words came up. And I didn't have any idea that those words were having an effect on me moving forward. But we all have stuff, all have emotions, we all have energy and emotions that are trapped. We don't even know it. They're working automatically in our subconscious mind. And everybody in some form or fashion deals with this. But this is what I was dealing with. And this is only one layer. As I do all this work, as I find freedom, more and more of this pain comes up. More and more of these feelings come up so that I can heal, so that I can find freedom, so I can align more and more true to who I am and build a deeper connection with Kylie and with others. But those words hurt deep. So how do these words affect me with lack and scarcity? As I was talking with my coach and my mentor, Mike Kitko, I was sharing this with him, and he knows all the layers that I've uncovered because I share this with him. He responds to me, Tony, well, actually, he said, you didn't have a fighting chance, Tony Fonte. That's what he said. You did not have a chance. No matter what I tried to do to get ahead financially, no matter what I tried to do to grow a business, no matter what I tried to do professionally, personally, I'd always hit a block. And I would sabotage it. I would start doing well, and I'd sabotage it. And I've struggled with lack for so long, with scarcity so long. I got to the point where I was believing that that's just who I was. I was going to struggle because of those words. And you know what else I found out? Because I was stupid, I was a dumbass fucking kid. I couldn't have money. I couldn't do well financially. Smart people make money. Intelligent people are wealthy. Because I'm dumbass, I'm not those things. I've learned to release that stuff because it's not true and we know that, and this is how I'm able to release. And this video may come across as I'm bashing my dad, and that couldn't be further from the truth. The more I learn about my pain, the more love I have for that man. Because that man did the best he could off of what he knew at the time. Up until 4 years ago, I did the best I could as a dad off of what I knew. And I know my dad has shame. I know he has regret and guilt, but he won't admit that. He won't share that. But he did the best he could. And yeah, years ago, I had bitterness. I had some other trapped emotions towards my dad. that prevented me from having a relationship. But the more I reveal about myself, the more pain that I embrace and I focus on and I heal from and I find freedom from, the more I love my dad. Why? Because that's the same crap he was told by his dad. And his dad was taught the same crap by his dad. There's a cycle, and it's passed on from generation to generation. And that's exactly what was passed on. And because I am free from my pain, and each time I do the work that I do, I find more freedom, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. The more I love my dad, the more that I see how much he is hurting still to this day. And he's coming to the end of his life because he's dealt with so much. And he's had all this trapped energy and this trapped emotion, and he didn't know how to deal with it. And he's slowly dying. He's had heart issues after my mom passed. He's got diabetes. He's got a host of other things. And I'm so thankful and grateful that I had the opportunity to walk through this pain that I'm walking through, to love my dad the way that I love him now, even the way he is right now. He's still angry. He's still bitter. He's probably even more so because he's in a lot of pain. He's actually shared that with me. I'm just so angry because I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm so tired of being in pain. He's never shared that before, but we're closer. A year ago, right before my book came out, New Beginnings, I had a really good opportunity to talk with my dad. And I felt this voice inside me tell me, which is obviously God speaking, that I needed to set him free. And I had no idea at the time what that meant. It said, you need to go tell him and say thank you for the way you raised me. Whew. This is an emotional topic. Because the way you raised me has helped me become who I am. It's helped me with my purpose. And I was hesitant because I had never had that relationship with my dad, and he's not a vulnerable person, and that was too much for me. But that voice just kept getting louder and kept nudging me and pushing me and nudging me and pushing me. So I did it. And I was nervous, scared a little bit, went out, had a conversation with him, and I said, Dad, thank you for the way you raised me. And he says, well, first I said, let me back up. First I said, thank you. And he says, thank you for what? I said, thank you for the way you raised me. And immediately he goes into defense mode. I showed you love when you were younger. And immediately right at that point, I knew he held on to regret, although he wouldn't admit it, but that was me knowing. My awareness is in a place that I'm able to see that. And I said, Dad, you don't need to defend yourself. That's not what this is about. Thank you for the way you raised me. Because of the way you raised me, I'm the man I am today. Because of the way you raised me, I'm the dad I am today. Because of the way you raised me, I know now what not to do as a dad and as a man. I have spent the last 4 years undoing, breaking the cycle, changing my family tree so that I can be the best damn man and best damn dad I can. Because Kylie deserves it. When people hear that my wife passed away, they immediately go, I'm so sorry. And I don't want to be felt sorry for. Because the pain that I've gone through now, even uncovering this dumbass kid and dumbest fucking kid and stupid, all of that is used for my purpose now. Pain can be used for purpose. It has become my purpose. I don't want no one to, this is great for me. All this pain is all for the first half of my life, for the first 40 years of my life, has helped me get to where I'm at. It has allowed me the freedom. It has allowed me to find and realign with who I really am and build an amazing relationship with my daughter. And had I not gone through that, I would not be where I am, and I would not be able to do what I do. I take what I learn. I take what I teach. I share everything, how I find the freedom, the tools that I use to learn how to find the freedom, to learn how I was able to find these words and these layers and this trapped energy, because that's what emotions are. It's energy in motion. And I'm able to take that and take what I learn of myself, and I teach other people to find freedom, to find their true identity, to realign with who they really are, so they can build a powerful relationship with their daughters and their wives. Because the same thing a daughter needs is the same thing a woman needs. And I know that a lot of my women friends out here would say, hell yeah, amen to that. Especially the ones who haven't had the best relationship because their dad didn't show up. If my dad did not call me a dumbass, if my dad did not call me stupid, if my dad did not tell me I was a dumbass fucking kid, I would not have struggled financially in every area of my life. I would not have had lack and scarcity, and I would not be able to show up and teach the way I do now. And I'm thankful for it. Is it painful? Hell yeah, it's painful. But again, my purpose continues to grow and become more clear because of that pain. And I can love that man right where he's at. And angry as he can be is, because I am free and I see the pain that he is going through. Because the pain that I've endured, the stuff that I still uncover, he still lives with it. He's still harboring it. And now I have purpose. And I take this and teach others. I'm not a dumbass. I'm not stupid. And I'm certainly not a dumbass fucking kid. I had to go through that stuff. And this journey through life will always be uncovering stuff. It's like an onion. And there's layers to the onion. And as you peel them off, you find more freedom. As you find them and determine them, you find more freedom. As you find healing, you find freedom. You find your true identity. You become stronger. You become more confident. You become more powerful. Realize that your power is your freedom. Knowing that you have the power to change your life, to find freedom in your life. Again, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, relationally, financially, you have the power. You just have to understand how to tap into that, how to really dive into that, and how to embrace your emotions. The world views to run away, and certain emotions are bad, and certain emotions are negative, and that's crap. That is not true. If people understood that your emotions are a guide, and if you learn to embrace them, if you learn to take the pain and walk through it and embrace the pain, and realize that pain is going to be used to not only help yourself, but it's going to be used to help somebody else. And maybe not be to the extent that I am in coaching people and creating programs and coaching people one-on-one. I have a client now, in 6 weeks, she has undoubtedly changed her life. People are noticing it because we've got to the root cause of things. A lot of coaches, a lot of books, and a lot of training out there just focuses on the mind, the cognitive side of things, positive thinking, positive this. And it works, but I relate that to a salmon swimming upstream. You may get some headway, you may get some growth, but you'll end up coming back and you're going to be exhausted. If you get to the root cause and go where the root is, deep down inside you, where those emotions are trapped, and you release those emotions, you release that energy, you find freedom. There's peace and freedom. There's happiness and freedom. Everything is inside you. Your outside world is a reflection of how you feel on the inside. How people respond to you and react to you is a reflection of how you feel on the inside. My dad calling me a dumbass, stupid, and a dumbass fucking kid was how he felt. He just passed on what he was taught, the pain that he went through. The part of healing and releasing and forgiving, the process that I use and walk through and I use on myself and then help my clients do, allows you to find freedom in the pain. It allows you to find purpose in the pain. Problem is our minds are wired to run away from pain. We're taught to run away from pain. So the first sign of releasing, the first sign of healing, the first sign of freedom, we run because we go back to what feels comfortable. And I do that with quote unquote because it's not comfortable. Living your life in pain and suffering is not comfortable. It's familiar. There's a big difference. It's familiar. It's what your mind knows. It's what your brain is wired for. And anything going against it causes pain, and your mind is trying to protect you. Your personality, your ego, whatever you want to call it, is trying to protect you. And you are energy. 99% energy. You are a soul. You are a spirit, however you want to look at it. You are more than your body and your mind. You have those things, but it's not who you are. My coach Mike always talks about that. You have a body, you have a mind, but you are a soul. And once you realize that you have the power within you to not only realign who you are to your true self, and have the power to find your own freedom in your life, to control your mind and your body, because you have that power. God is within you, and you have that power. He has given you that power, the way we're designed to do that, to find freedom. You can find freedom in your life, just like I have. I actually have a course that I call Your Power is Your Freedom. Actually, I have an introduction course. It's the basic of what I do to help someone find freedom, realign with their true nature, their true self, their true identity, and build a powerful, deeply connected relationship with their daughters and their spouses. I want to change the dynamic of the way dads grow up, the way men show up. It all starts with the end. The way we show up determines how our daughters grow up. And when we can show up powerfully, our daughters grow up powerfully. And it all comes from the inside. And when you can, the same thing your daughter needs, it's the same thing your wife needs. And in this 2-week introduction course that I'm doing for the summer special that starts here at the end of June, I'm going through the basics so you can find freedom, so you can realign with yourself, your true self, and build those deeply connected relationships with your daughter and your wife, significant other. You find the happiness, the peace, and strength. And you find freedom from allowing your emotions and your mind to control you, and you begin controlling it. You begin responding versus reacting. All right, I went a lot longer than I actually anticipated, but I also let it flow from the heart. And I know that what was supposed to be said was said. And I share this story not for sympathy. I've already released it. I'm working for it. Is it still emotional? Yes, of course it's emotional. It's deep in me. I held on to that for so many years. And now I'm finding freedom so I can remove lack and scarcity. A layer at a time. A layer at a time I'm doing it. We all have stuff. It causes us to feel inadequate. It causes us to feel unworthy. It causes us to feel undeserving. It's time to heal. to let it go. You're not freaking broken. You need healing. Men and women alike deal with inadequacy. They deal with not feeling worthy. They deal with not feeling deserving. Men are taught not to feel, and this makes it even worse. When you can embrace the pain, you find freedom. And this is what I teach. And this is what I teach in my course, my groups, and my private one-on-one clients. I know my clients would attest to this and what I've taught them. Especially the ones that are new, over a short period of time, the freedom they're already experiencing. Do they have a long ways to go? Absolutely. It's a never-ending process. Trust the process. Embrace the pain. And watch it create your purpose and give you the freedom you've always, always been seeking and deserve. Thanks for all watching the Tony Freakin' Fonte Show. Do me a favor, if this has resonated with you in some way, please share. So someone else that is going through similar pain, they're dealing with scarcity, lack mindset. Oh, by the way, I do want to say this real quick. Scarcity and lack mindset does not mean that doesn't necessarily mean that it's only someone who struggles financially with money. It's a mindset, and there's two different spectrums to that, two sides of the spectrum. There's someone who has a belief system and has so much pain deep down that they're not able to make money, or if they make a certain amount of money, they sabotage and go back down. They have an upper limit, and that'll be another video that I'll do here shortly, or another post. An upper limit, and once they reach that upper limit, they go back down. They can't, because it gets uncomfortable. Then there's those on this side of the spectrum that can make a significant amount of money, but they're still miserable. They're afraid they're going to lose it, so they hold on to it. For example, Kate Spade is really recent, the designer who just hung herself, committed suicide. She was well loved. She was powerful. She had wealth. She had money. She had what looked like she had it all, but she was miserable on the inside. There's so many people that do that. It's not just meaning scarcity mindset does not mean that you're broke necessarily. It could be. That's where I was at. I didn't have a chance. With all the layers that I've uncovered, I did not stand a chance. Now I do. Because I'm healing, I'm releasing that stuff, I've forgiven, and it is pouring towards me. Abundance and prosperity and freedom is pouring towards me. Again, if you found something that resonated with you, if this message spoke to you in some form or fashion, please do me a favor and share it. Let this message reach someone that needs to hear it, that may be struggling and you don't know it. They're stressed, they're frustrated, they're overwhelmed. They're struggling to connect. They're not showing up the way that their wives and their kids need them. Or it could be, it doesn't necessarily have to be a man. This is my focus, obviously. It doesn't have to, but just share it. Just share it. And if you know anybody who wants more details about my 2-week introduction program and the summer special that goes for June 26th, reach out. Shoot me a message, comment below, however that looks to you, and I'll reach out with the details on that. Thank you all again for watching. Love you all. Have an unbelievable day. Have a free day.